I'm in 1 minute in. Looks like we have a Trip Derv vs. Trip Derv Fun Fest. 2 ineptitude mesmers on WTF though. Now, I'm so glad I'm not part of that fun GG, because if I was one of those dervishes, I would be thrown out the window at this point. Not amused at all.
That's pretty interesting build choice, using those 2 ineptitudes. Basically, their midline is not going to be able to do much at all to these monks. Just relying on pressure on the front line, forcing those monks to heal there while their dervs try to get on those monks who have to push up to heal the dervishes.
Definitely kind of a strange choice, though, I mean, in terms of doing damage, because the dervish's effectiveness is slightly neutered by the tar. Then again, so are the monks that are kiting, and you know what? Apparently, WTF does not care, because that dervish just got crushed. In fact, he gets up and gets crushed again. Ouch.
Oh, that was painful. I'm watching this mesmer here. He's not using any interrupts. I don't know if he's just not able to hit these illusion guys or what. He's just diversioning, that's it.
His bot maybe turned off. He's having difficulties with it. We don't know, so we will see.
I still don't want to pass judgment on the stream. We're on live TV here. We have standards to uphold. I'm just going to call him good until proven otherwise.
Spirit Shackles too, I mean, they're putting that on the Ranger. That's really going to mess
Missed
him
power
up.
block on Monk 6. Perhaps he is not botting after all.
You guys can both attest to this. How annoying are Spirit Shackles? It's one of those skills that if it just sits on you, it adds up, right?
It's kind of hard to fit into a team build, but if you can fit it in, it's just so tilting. Like,
on a range,
it's just one of those skills that makes you want to not play the game anymore. Mind Distraction, as a Dom Mesmer, he's really being shut down just by being trained out, but you know what? Dr. Grifo getting shut down by being trained out too. He's dead. WTF is taking a ton of pressure here on the tar. The ineptitudes are just not paying. They can't really cause enough pressure to keep Love off of them, so Love's dervishes take some damage, but then they just don't care, because the rest of the team isn't taking damage at all. Meanwhile, WTF is under degen pressure, dervish pressure. It's bad.
And that Dom does add up a little bit. I mean, if he lands one good power block, good diversion, good shame, and then he's got the Shatter Enchant for kind of a helper, he can do a lot of work for the team. Blood Red going down. Arc Light taking damage.
I haven't seen any interrupts on these mesmers, though I haven't been looking. Okay, they do have Leech Signets, so they should be able to keep Mind Distraction down a little bit, but I mean, over the course of a match, he's guaranteed to get some shames and diversions off.
Mind Distraction just faked out on all 3 of his interrupts by Kengo's girl. Good job.
Yeah, I only saw the power block faked out, but solid play there. Mind Distraction taking a lot of damage in his cast set. I mean, stuff like that's gonna let WTF back in the game if they need too much damage where they don't need to. He's got to watch that. Meanwhile, we still have a good old-fashioned slugfest here. I'd almost like to see one of these ineptitudes split off. Honestly, 2 ineptitudes are kind of like not really overkill, but just not accomplishing very much. And what are they going to send back on one splitting ineptitude? They can't send the Dom Mesmer because he'll not do anything. They can't send the Ranger because he'll get blown up by ineptitude. Same for dervishes. I think
Trojan, we've seen
problems.
We've seen this Binter guy up here on the up top for this entire match, basically. What are his thoughts here? What's he trying to accomplish by staying up top? I mean, obviously there's some limitations with his mobility.
Currently, he's using a longbow. I don't really know if that's recommended in PvP. He's probably using it for the range because he can't reach other players. But using his recurve, I assume he's trying to get height advantage, which gives just a little bit of additional damage. Also, due to the trajectory on this map, it allows your interrupts to actually hit faster than if you were at a distance because of the fact you're right on top of them. So he could be using that as an advantage also to run around up top. So we'll see.
My distraction gets a nice shame there. You know, he's really making his presence felt. You see how much
He seems to
they're
be
putting into shutting him down, and even then he's still being effective.
seems to be going for Kingo's girl over Wong Tai Lee in terms of his shutdown.
Then again, they did just catch a dervish off of a really nice ineptitude proc. So maybe if they time their spikes with good anti-melee triggers, they could still win this. I mean, we just got a good old-fashioned European 8-on-8 slugfest here, so it could honestly go either way at any time.
Yeah, what are you talking about? The build really looks like a stall build. Like, if the game were to come down to more damage, they definitely have the better scenario because of the anti-melee. So we'll see if they can push it out to 28. I think what WTF will win at 28 if they can get the match to last that long.
I think if the match does go that far, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but Mind Distraction would pay off in trying to just like end the game when you get in the 2-on-2. If he goes on the offensive end and tries to just like shut down the healers there, maybe get some kills in there and just end the game before 28. You know, but in that 26 to 28 minute mark, I think he'd be useful there. I do agree that the edge is probably to them, or them being WTF for winning at 28.
My distraction misses another P block. They're really relying on him to get something crucial. You know, diversion goes out there and is not hit, so.
Joe, you said if they can time their spikes off ineptitude, how reliable is that really? I mean, is that even something that's going to go through
absolutely
the event? Hey, I'm going to put
100% unreliable and would probably not be coordinated at all. They're like, I mean, you can have it in the back of your mind where you're like, you know, we'll spike their front line a lot and try and get them off an ineptitude trigger, but you won't coordinate between your mid line and your front line on that. Like, I mean, since you have two ineptitudes, you're just throwing so many out there that kind of eventually, if that's your game plan, you're going to make it happen. That
they're killing that guy a lot.
Is just dead on recharge.
I mean, if you get a dead frontliner, that game changes. Survive deep the people, but if you have a frontliner that basically can't get up front, I mean, he can't even line back, right? I mean, they'll just turn and kill him again. I mean, it's bad for him right now.
Well, Lieutenant Lineback is known for giving out that DP on the melee. He tends to line back in most of his games, and he's doing a pretty good job of it here by Raggy on her dude.
The thing about the WTF linebacking is I've noticed a couple of times anytime the dervishes turn to lineback them back, they just eat ineptitudes, and the spikes are like when the dervishes turn to rage lineback, they get totally messed up. But say the dude whole game, he's really paying off. Like he's keeping targets poised, kind of gets some more interrupt through and create some windows here. But
and another one,
Lieutenant Lineback is just MVP of this game. He is shredding.
They've also relegated Dr. Electro to flag running, so their pressure, Love's pressure is going down. Like, they're not getting what they were. And now if this other dervish eats another death, it's looking bleak for them. They're going to have to start moving around. They do have a ranger, so that kind of gives them sort of an edge, but an aptitude guy can just follow him around.
That ranger is moving around. Binter D-shot there, looking for the big play here off on the side. Gets shut down by the ineptitude, as you said, but thought that counts. Although he's not having any of that. Mesmer tries to put clumsiness on him, and he gets it leech sigged, so Binter D-shot there, he doing some crazy stuff over there.
He has spirit shackles on him, so it's not really allowed to.
Choosing to throw away his energy just to spread poison. Not sure I agree fully with that one.
Nice interrupt on life right there. Pretty long distance. This game's pretty much a, I don't know if I'd say stalemate, but slowly taking place.
I have to say I really like Love's positioning. I mean, they're keeping all three of their healers split up in different directions. They're not really letting them get, let Dervish just bounce back and forth between them. In fact, my distraction is he's moved down on the onto the midline. Like diversions are starting to go out on the midline now. In fact, he's moved off the midline again, back on the monk. So maybe they're looking for their killing play again here.
I think they saw that they had gotten a little wave of pressure through, so they tried to get a clutch diversion on an RC or something. They didn't get it.
Kingo's girl, the prop monk here, is just doing a crazy job. Like, you've seen D shots being rained on her. We've seen interrupt after interrupt from the Mesmer just thrown at. She's a P-League there, but she, shame, yeah, might be doing a good job of not taking anything.
Kill on this Dervish. Another two of the frontliners. He's a one-man wolf pack, lone wolf.
Yeah, Lieutenant Lineback is just not having any of this from Love. Like, he doesn't care how many dervishes they bring, he'll just take them all on.
Did he get that kill? I didn't see it. He did, that's...
I'm just going, I mean, he's been all game. Under my eye. Chalked up the kill to him.
Oh, the final dervish here, number 3. He can get DP on him. Oh, so close. Are the other dervishes doing anything? Because it feels like everything good's coming off Lieutenant Lineback.
Lieutenant Lineback is one of the premier top European dervs in the game.
Well, Avatar of Astucia has been relegated to the flag.
Lieutenant Lineback is one of the few who can actually coordinate his damage with an aptitude, seeing as he's always on derv. So he's definitely taking advantage of that, as is dropped again.
Lieutenant Lineback is getting the kills here, but I mean, if you want to talk about MVP to me, I think this Kingo's girl has been taking all the hate in the world and has been able to keep the team alive easily.
Definitely carrying his monk partner. And Beauty is just coming inches from death. Now with Paladin dealing out the DP.
He's getting brave again. They have kind of a flag, so he's going to push forward and try to do some damage. We'll see. Try to take advantage of his DP, and they immediately spike, and they go after the other derv at the same time.
Lieutenant Lineback is the one on flag now. I'm not sure I agree with it. I mean, he's the proving go-getter of the WTF team. I like to see the flag in their hand. Lieutenant Lineback shredding.
Both dervs so there. Let's see what DP that is. Big pressure right now on Love. And
Lieutenant Lineback, as soon as he puts that flag in, he just goes right back to killing. I mean, that's what I want to see. That's what I like to see as this Lieutenant Lineback, the game crazy. It's his.
Just want the ball in critical in big time match. In semifinals, definitely a big match.
Who do you guys think would be the better team from this game to proceed in the finals? The best shot from these two?
I would say, oh man, honestly, in the Love, because I think that they're gonna run. I think that what they run now will have a better chance against whatever lag runs, no matter what they run. And I think WTF might, if they're trying, it's pretty obvious they're trying to spec people here with the 2 ineptitude, so if they spec the wrong build, I think they'll just get totally steamrolled, so... I think a team running something kind of standard against lag has been known to switch it up. I think they'll have a better shot. I would say Love's chance looking pretty poor here. The problem is that all the DP is just on their players for low damage, and what the f is a Paladin decides to be the Lamar Odom to Lieutenant Lineback's Kobe, picking up a kill there.
We see him constantly trying to make something happen with a good pull. He's always getting shot. I see right now. I know not that positioning. He runs forward and gets deep right there. And let's see you later time. Maybe they're just making a big Zerg play here for the base. Maybe we'll see a body block play.
Oh, I hope we get to see a body block play against 3 big AoE frontliners.
Another drop.
Ouch.
Courtesy of Lieutenant Lineback.
I do have to say, I'm honestly really surprised that WTF's build is proving so dominant. I mean, it's given with trying to kill dervishes. I'm genuinely so effective. I mean, going into a Lord situation, those dervishes, if they go in the boat without those NPCs down, are just going to get vaporized. They're really not going to be able to do much low damage. I think Love has some big...
Looks like this game's gonna be a complete 8v8 fight, just a brawl at the stand. No real flag pushing for me that's going on.
Lieutenant taking his skills to the Rangers. He's been getting off these dervishes.
Really am surprised though we haven't seen more movement. Like, Love's been slowly losing this 8v8 battle, and keyword is slowly. It's 19 minutes in, and neither side has a totally crushing advantage. But I'm really just they didn't try. Abuse could be superior mobility with Ranger. I mean, a multiple ineptitude. Gotta try something.
Well, I mean, with fighting an ineptitude, basically you're dying because you're trying so hard to kill the other team that you're taking the ineptitude damage. At what point do they just kind of say, let's stop trying to play for 28 because they can't kill us if we're not eating ineptitude, causing this damage on recharge?
That should have been mentality from the beginning. They're too DP chance like Dan said earlier. If they try and push in the bay, they're just gonna be bad. They're not gonna really accomplish anything. They should have seen this build split, but they put all of it in these stacks, shut down everybody's what he would come through.
It's a death pact. I'd really like to see a big death pact kill or kill on somebody else for a WTF on low.
We don't even need a death pact here. Kill so much pressure just in there. Mind distraction goes down. Love's bars aren't showing it, but I'm assuming that their monk energy is just burnt out. You know, I think it's crucial to talk about this before. The monk of ran healing burst instead of word of healing, and you know, against kind of a low team pressure like this, you know, not what I want to see. You know, you really want to see that woe to heal up big and to clumsiness, you know, dirt explosions on the front line. You cite that a reason why WTF strategy is so effective.
I think Mind Distraction died off shield set. We hate to see that. I am clicked on him to see when he base reses, if he's got that shield set or not out. Oh, he did. Right,
he does have that shield set. It could have been the patented demigod swap where the second you get res, you switch to your shield set and try and pretend you died in it. Done that many a time.
We've all been guilty of that. Because if you're not faking, you're not trying. See Lieutenant Lineback being the only derv up top right now. We see the other two going down low.
I kind of like what these other two dervishes are doing, though. I mean, they're not really killing players right now, except for maybe to Beauty, who's way out of healer range. Okay, he's dead. I mean, they're not where the majority of the players are. Just set up their way through the NPCs closer to the boat, and as the game winds down, 3 minutes, the enemy where you want to be.
Well, WTF seems they have it in the bag, so they're just taking the safe route here. They have a chip to the of them, so there's no need to do anything crazy and potentially throw the game away. And that's just not help much effort. And attitude on
now seeing WTF in this situation, knowing that you're about to face lag, you know, seeing as how we've seen a couple lag. What would you be talking about as we see Dr. Electro gets blasted into the floor there?
To be honest, I have to go where they feel confident and we know what lag is going to run, so you're going to want to run something that you feel you have a fair chance at winning in all options. You don't want and they show up with AP spike. Yeah, you'll be affected to a degree, but expect to have to run their macro range as the standard. So we'll see.
Definitely agree on that. You know, maybe though they with the finals on Solitude, you know, I'd kind of assume some sort of pressure build. Probably would spike on Solitude with all the walls. Yeah. I think you could really game down a spike.
No, though, either guild could show up with something that's been in the works, or they could come out with standard stuff. You never know, so just have to wait and see, really. Looks like Love is trying a last-minute vent rage, rush the base. Don't know if this is really good.
Leaving their two monks behind as they run down, run towards the enemy base, and I don't think it's going to work. They're just sending a bunch of DP characters into pretty much certain death.
Only thing I can say that's working for it, even though their monks are probably going to die in the base, is that they have got these two healers pretty far behind. Cannon, I mean,
they have no real SIGs to get them out.
Yeah, this one's over now.
And that is the game. So soon, shortly here, we'll be moving on to the finals. Congratulations to WTF for clinching that. They have earned themselves a spot in the finals.
European finals.